Welcome back. So in this lesson we are going to see how we can plot the features importance. Okay, so first we will get the features names using the xtrain encoded columns. So we get this, convert it to a list. Now we have the features names. After that we want to know how many features we have, so we will get the length of the features names, and this is the number of features we have. Now the most important part in this code is line 3. So inside our classifier, the sklearn classifier, we have a variable, or we have a parameter or an attribute called feature importance. Okay, so feature importance will give you the importance of each feature, right? So if we just delete these 3 lines and I just print importances, right, you will see we have this list, right, or this numpy array which contains some values, and each value corresponds to the importance out of 100 or out of 1, okay, for this specific feature, okay, the information gain of this feature. So for the first feature, this is the information gain, or this is the importance of this feature. For the second feature, this is the importance, the third feature, the fourth feature, and so on. So as you can see from this, almost all the features are not important at all, because in fact we had only 14 features, and when we encoded the data, when we performed the encoding for the categorical variables, we created so many redundant variables. So that's why we have so many variables with zero importance. Okay, so this is very, very important to understand. We have only 4 variables that really matter. Now, after that, we will create a data frame called df importance, and this data frame will contain 2 features, okay, or 2 columns. First, the names, and this will contain the features names and the importance, okay, so the importance of each feature. After that, if we print here df importance.head, you will see that we have the age, the educational number, the capital gain, the capital loss, the hours per week, and so on. But if you look closely, you will see that the importance of this one is actually less than the importance of this one. So how we can sort this data frame? We can do this very, very easily in pandas by using the sort values, function, and this will sort by the values along either axis. So we will choose the importance because we want to sort the values in this data frame based on the importance column, and we wanted to have it in descending order, so the default is the ascending order. So we will set ascending to be false, and then we will reset the index. Okay, so if we do so, you will see that we have now index, a new column called index, right, because we reset the index here. So the previous index is a new column, okay, and the highest importance we got using the marital status, right, and then the capital gain, the educational number, the age, and so on. So how we can plot this? We will first create a graph, right, a figure with the figure size 25 by 10 to be clear, and then we are going to use cporn, okay, the par plot from cporn. We give it the data is df importance, the x is the names, right, and y is the importance. If we run this, you will see that we have this graph, and as you can see on the x-axis, we cannot really see anything because we are plotting 98 features, and most of them are really adding anything. So if we plot the same figure again, but only with the first 5 features, so we are going to write df importance.iloc first 5 features, okay, and all the rows. So if we do so, you will see that we have this graph. So from this graph, we can see that using these 5 features, or even these 4 features, the first 4 features, we can make the same prediction we made before. So we can get an 84% accuracy using only 4 features, okay. So this is a huge finding, because with that we can reduce the dataset into 4 features and use only these 4 features and make a good prediction. Okay, so this is one of the most important advantages of using the decision tree is that we can use it for feature engineering. We can use it to understand what are the most important features in our dataset, and based on that, we can drop the rest of the features or understand that they are actually redundant. So in the next lesson, we are going to understand and learn the most important hyperparameters for the decision tree. And there's a lot of hyperparameters in the decision tree, and actually we discussed one of them, which is the maximum depth, and actually we discussed another one, which is the criteria to split the data or to split the decision tree. We choose the entropy, but we can choose other criteria. Okay, so in the next lesson we will learn all about this. So let's go to the next lesson.